Hey guys, welcome back. Just going to go down to the pool now, so thought I'd bring you with me. A few ramblings here, but yeah, is the state of the job market in the UK that bad? Is it really that bad, the graduate job market? I'm not so sure. I think a lot of people are going for the wrong jobs. I've got to be honest. I think a lot of people will do a classics degree, will study geography, they'll study history, and they'll think, oh, I can go down to London or go to a big city and get a job, and it's going to pay me 35k base, 40k base, maybe even whatever, some lower numbers. I don't think anyone should be on a grad job earning under 30k. That's my opinion. If you're going to university and you're spending over, let's say, 80k across 3 or 4 years in terms of tuition fees, living costs, taking out loans and student debt, why on earth would you go for a job that pays you under 30k? Like, someone please with a brain tell me. Unless these people that are applying for these jobs are just, wanting to cruise around and keep up with that student lifestyle. It takes a lot of hard work, guys. If you want to get into any industry as a graduate, it's going to take a lot of hard work and effort. But maybe my thinking is these people that are graduating feel like they deserve everything, hand-fed and in the palm of the hand. I could be wrong, but one of our graduates from Entr Tech came on our program, left university, and came and upskilled in our program, learned about software, learned about AI, learned how to sell, such a high-value skill. And he's now walking into Revolut, one of the biggest companies in Europe, let alone the world, in terms of neobanks. They're worth hundreds of billions of pounds. He landed an account executive role, earning over 30k with commissions. He's probably looking at plus 40 in his first year, with no experience whatsoever, and he did it within 2 weeks of coming through Entr Tech, a month or so after coming through our program. So is the grad market really that bad, or are these individuals that are graduating, I've been there, I know how tough it is, I 100% get it, I'm not having a go or calling people out, but I think have a look at where the world is going. It's going towards AI, it's going towards technology, it's going towards automations. These jobs that used to exist in terms of administrative roles or roles in certain sectors are not going to exist anymore, guys. They're going to be automated. So are you really, 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 really thinking about where you're going or what skills you've been taught, right? And it's not the students of the UK's fault. It's to be honest, it's the government. And it's a bigger and deeper and wider problem in terms of education. That's why I'm so passionate about upskilling people for software, AI, sales, because these skills and tools aren't really taught at university, right? I did a 4-year business degree up in Edinburgh. I wasn't taught anything about software or sales, and sales is the most important skill in business. So for me, I'd love to hear people's comments. I'm not being controversial. I know it's a tough graduate job market, but is it that bad, or are people just looking at the wrong industries and jobs? So it could be, I don't know, a lot of real estate jobs are going to be automated in the coming years in terms of estate agency roles. A lot of those admin heavy roles are going to go. Healthcare is also something that's, a tricky industry to get into at the moment due to the state of the NHS. And that's another YouTube video which I'm not qualified to talk about. But can you just take a step back, everyone who's probably going to put a bit of fire in these comments? Like, what jobs can you do which drive revenue and drive a business forward? Sales, customer servicing roles, client-facing roles, account management roles, marketing roles, like sales and marketing are going to come back massively. And even though you can automate a lot of marketing, there's a lot of PR jobs that are going to be more in demand because people will actually want to cut through the noise of AI. There's a lot of AI slop out there, but the roles where there's no, benefit to driving revenue to the business, and a lot of these are analyst roles, guys, like AI, Claude, even ChatGPT, they're so powerful these days. They don't need a graduate analyst to come and sit through and read through news reports. A lot of it's being automated, especially in, even in finance. So what I'd say is look at the way the world's going. AI is on the increase. there's going to be a need for salespeople to sell AI. Doesn't mean you have to be in sales all your life, right? A lot of people that I know will get into tech sales or software sales, make really good money, be hitting six figures within 18 to 24 months, and then they'll pivot into, a marketing role within the tech firm or more of a strategic role, or they'll just leave the industry completely and do something else because they've learned a high value skill in sales. Maybe they'll set up their own sales consultancy or social media agency. But think about roles where you're going to be in client facing positions, you're going to be selling, because that's such an important skill you can take anywhere with you. And a lot of good entrepreneurs start with software sales. I'm not saying I'm a good entrepreneur, but I think being in sales really helped me have the background, obviously, to start an education business in Entr Tech and some other exciting ventures. So I think if you're watching this and you're a graduate in the UK and you've been misled in terms of, obviously tuition is number one, right, and student debt, but in terms of what your prospects would be coming out of university, it's time to pivot. And you don't necessarily have to have studied technology or business studies to get into tech sales, but if you are interested in the evolving nature of tech and you want to learn about tools and AI and you want to be in a role where you can earn very well, travel the world, have remote flexibility, think about software sales. Because a lot of people think, oh, I can't do sales. I don't want to be sleazy, or I don't want to be, pushing down products that I don't believe in down people's throats. But actually, a lot of these softwares are pretty amazing in terms of what they do and the benefits they bring to the world. So that's just my rant. And again, think about it. I hope what I've said hasn't been misconstrued, but there's a lot of roles that are being automated, traditional grad roles, which, aren't going to exist anymore. And I think there's a problem in the way that the education system is setting up people for failure. They're not teaching people about software and AI and sales. So if you're in that position where, you might have graduated recently and you're looking for a job, think about tech sales. It's not going to be easy. And I'll go into another video about the challenges of tech sales. It is a tough job, but the rewards are amazing. So yeah, hope that's not too punchy as a YouTube video, but would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Thanks, guys.